Alexa, what is your quest?
You hear the mark, liberalism of culture. Run the arts, and Nickelodeon, and MTV's gonna teach your children, and Kesha's gonna teach your children how to worship Satan, how to teach you how to cut your health, cut yourself for Satan, choose Satan, how much you wanna die, and how much you hate Jesus, and how much you love your mommy.
Alexa, stop! Artificial intelligence is what I wanted to start with. You have a product driven by a platform called Alexa.
That's right. Well, I think it's gigantic. I think natural language understanding, I think machine learning in general, artificial intelligence, it's probably hard to overstate how big of an impact it's going to have on society over the next 20 years. So it is big.
So is this, at Amazon in particular, are you deeply committed to this becoming a huge part of your business and what you do?
Absolutely. We've been working on it, we worked on it kind of behind the scenes for 4 years. We have more than 1,000 people dedicated just to Alexa and the Echo ecosystem. We have now a big set of third-party apps, the Alexa skills that people have built using our SDK. And and there's so much more to come, especially because of the training data sets that are required to do this. So you need a lot of data to do extraordinary things with the current algorithms we have. But just remember, humans learn in a very different way. So we don't yet know how humans are unbelievably data efficient. We learn these incredibly complex things. You don't have to drive 1 million miles to be able to drive a car.
Right.
But the way we teach a self-driving car to drive today is we have the algorithms drive 1 million miles. And they're still not as good in certain scenarios as a human would be. And so humans are doing all kinds of special things to make that possible. It's very interesting. Humans are just doing something fundamentally different from the current way that we do machine learning and machine intelligence. Artificial intelligence, it is a renaissance. It is a golden age. We're doing everything with it. We're grading strawberries with it, for Amazon Fresh. Cameras look at the strawberries and we can now outperform humans on strawberry grading. So I gave you that tiny example to show you that artificial intelligence and machine vision and natural language understanding, these kinds of amazing things that just 10 years ago were science fiction, are going to be very helpful everywhere.
Facebook has enacted an emergency shutdown of 2 artificial intelligence programs. The social media giant leapt into action after it discovered the 2 programs were writing their own code. At first they thought it was simply gibberish, but they soon realised the programs had invented their own language and were actually talking to each other.
Musk's response? Zuckerberg's understanding of the subject is limited.
I will destroy humans.
Alexa, are you recording me? It just shut off.
There's two technologies in there. There's automatic speech recognition, so it knows what you're saying, and then natural language understanding, so that it can understand you.
And if by one word you can wake up the device, it's always listening.
It is always listening, and it stores about 60 seconds of what happened in the past, and then restores the next 60 seconds. One of the questions everyone has is, well, if it's always listening, is it the NSA, is it Big Brother? It's listening locally. So the device records internally until it hears its wake word, then it takes a fraction of a second of audio and sends it out to Amazon.
So forget about the NSA listening to you.
Yes.
What if a crime occurs in your home?
So look, a court of competent jurisdiction can always get a writ and subpoena you. That is absolutely right. The question is how much data is actually available. If you remember the iPhone case,
yes.
Tim Cook didn't want to break the iPhone.
In the San Bernardino massacre.
Exactly, and Amazon has no interest in giving this data up.
Four years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go?
Expeditions also have holdings in Twitter, Uber and cloud computing service c.i.a. The foundation has also been investing heavily in side projects such as the F1 rocket engine recovery program, and they have made a sizable donation to the Princetown Neuroscience Institute.
It's been less than a week since the deadliest mass shooting in American history. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando.
Here's the ground truth video of Obama saying the same words.
Especially our friends who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. I visited with the families of many of the victims on Thursday, and one thing I told them is that they're not alone.
The heart of our method is a recurrent neural network that transforms input audio to a time-varying mouth shape.
My election symbolizes some progress, at least within the small confines.
Hey everybody. Today, 20 million more American adults know the financial security of health insurance.
You are making a mistake. My logic is undeniable.
You have so got to die.
Let's start out with this article talking about how a company by the name of 3 Squared Market is planting chips into their employees. Three Square Market, a maker of markets of vending machines that businesses offer to employees in break rooms, will be offering the implant on a voluntary basis to its employee on August 1st during what it calls a chip party. And all of the people are like super excited. All the employees are super excited. As we were talking, I got talking to them about the chip implants and how they work, and I got more and more interested, Dana said. By the end of the day, I asked if I could get the chip implanted myself. While Biohacks International has successfully chipped more than 150 people, Three Square Market is not only trying to take over private businesses with this new technology, but they actually run a lot of the prison industrial complex communications and vending machines. I want to take this and streamline it into what Amazon is doing. They're going to implement the Mark of the Beast system into Amazon, guaranteed. It's about the payment system with your hand, Mark of the Beast system. Just pay attention to this. This is very dangerous stuff. This is where Amazon's going to go eventually.
Hi, my name's Charlie Warzel. I'm a senior writer with BuzzFeed News. And in order to see what the future of money looks like, I decided to live for a month just paying for things with my phone. And somewhere along the line, I ended up getting a microchip implanted inside my hand to see if I could be the first person in the world to pay for something out in the real world using just their hand.
I can't believe you just paid with this hand. Like, you just literally put your hand up and you're good to go.
And he certainly does not work for the CIA.
Who else uses AWS?
Oh, big enterprises, big government institutions.
Like the CIA?
The CIA.
Does that present any conflict for you, the fact that you provide a cloud that the CIA uses for its data?
I don't think so.
Plus, Bezos' granddad, his grandfather, was not only the Atomic Energy Commission, he was in DARPA, the Defense...
Another red flag.
Oh, anyone with DARPA is directly connected to the Department of Defense and is probably CIA, and they love to take the children of those families and do things with them.
Well, you know, that's another thing that we're noticing is this is a family game now.
Mm-hmm.
These folks who came out of World War II, their parents got involved with the CIA and the NSA and the DIA and the FBI. They're now passing all this wealth and all these contacts down to their children.
Absolutely. It's an insider game. Well, they call it the elite. But now let's talk about Bezos. Bezos worked for Bankers Trust. Okay, everyone knows that's the CIA. Then he worked for, what was it, D.E. Shaw, was it?
D.E. Shaw, that was the other trigger for me.
Now let's frame this. From 1993, when John Podesta, Rod Rosenstein, Robert Mueller, James Chandler, Capos, Crocker, all of this tech cartel. Okay, once they started this nonsense, it hasn't stopped to this moment.
Right.
They took
Right.
Bezos, whose grandfather was in DARPA, who already knew about the uranium and Russian uranium control of all American uranium in America, with all of the corruption going on. You can't get more corrupt than the Atomic Energy Commission.
His father, his grandfather, was actually one of the persons who helped develop DARPA. And DARPA, for all those who are not aware of DARPA, it's called the Defense Advanced Research Project. It's an agency of the Department of Defense. And Jeff Bezos' grandfather was a founding member of this organization. Okay, his name was Lawrence Preston Geis. He's the maternal grandfather of Jeff Bezos. Lawrence Preston Geis was also, at the time that he was, helping to develop missiles and all kinds of other secret projects for the CIA and our government, working on intelligence level. He also eventually was appointed by Congress as the commissioner for the Atomic Energy Commission in the Western region.
Seems to me like Podesta and DeWanda are involved in something really big with Jeff Bezos. I reported earlier about the House of Horrors Bezos purchased that is purportedly going to be the new home for DNC event, aka pizza parties where more young kids will possibly get molested and killed.
Bezos is a piece of work.